Lewis Edwards, once entrusted to uphold the law, now finds himself on the wrong side of it, incarcerated for life. The man who once wore the uniform with pride now wears the shame of his heinous actions. The former police officer stands convicted of over 160 child sexual offences, each count a testament to the lives he shattered and the innocence he stole. His crimes, a stark betrayal of trust, cast a long shadow over the badge he once wore. The symbol of protection and service now tainted by his actions, leaving a community in shock and disbelief. Edwards' victims, all young girls, were ensnared in a web of deceit spun through social media. He exploited the very platforms meant to connect and empower, turning them into tools of manipulation and control. The digital world, meant for connection, became the hunting ground where he preyed upon the vulnerable. Behind the screen he hid his true intentions, masquerading as a friend, a confidant, while plotting his next move. The life sentence handed down marks a victory for justice, but the scars of Edwards' crimes run deep, a stark reminder of the vulnerability of children in the digital age. The courtroom may have delivered a verdict, but the healing for his victims is a long and arduous journey. This case serves as a chilling reminder that predators often lurk in the shadows, hiding behind seemingly innocuous profiles, seeking to exploit and abuse. It underscores the importance of vigilance and education in protecting our children from those who would do them harm. Edwards' weapon of choice was Snapchat, a popular social media platform favored by young people. He exploited the app's ephemeral nature, where messages disappear after being viewed, to coerce his victims. Posing as a teenager, Edwards lured young girls into conversations, establishing a false sense of trust. He manipulated their emotions, showering them with compliments and attention, gradually steering the conversations towards a sexual nature. Once trapped in his web of manipulation, victims were pressured into sending explicit images. Edwards's tactics were calculated and cruel, preying on the naivety and innocence of his victims. He would then use these images as leverage, blackmailing the girls into sending more, threatening to expose them if they refused. The investigation into Edwards' crimes began when the South Wales Police received intelligence about his online activities. The National Crime Agency, tasked with tackling serious and organised crime, joined the investigation, their expertise proving crucial in unravelling the extent of Edwards' crimes. Digital footprints left by Edwards led investigators to uncover a trail of horrifying abuse. His online activities, meticulously pieced together by investigators, painted a disturbing picture of a sexual predator operating with impunity. Edwards's reign of terror came to an abrupt end with his arrest in August 2020. The evidence against him was overwhelming, leaving him with little choice but to plead guilty to 160 offences. The investigation into Lewis Edwards took a shocking turn with the arrest of his own mother, Rebecca Edwards. She was charged with perverting the course of justice, accused of attempting to conceal evidence that could incriminate her son. Rebecca Edwards, driven by a misplaced sense of loyalty, had buried one of her son's phones in their garden. The phone, containing a trove of incriminating evidence, including indecent images of children and messages exchanged with victims, was recovered by investigators acting on a tip-off. Rebecca Edwards's attempts to shield her son from justice ultimately proved futile. Her actions, while driven by maternal instinct, had serious consequences, leading to her own conviction and a 2-year prison sentence. Whispers in the graveyard. The lengths to which Rebecca Edwards went to protect her son are both disturbing and revealing. The phone, a key piece of evidence, was not simply discarded but buried in the grave of the family cat. This act, laden with symbolism, speaks to the complex emotions at play, a desperate attempt to bury the truth along with a beloved pet. It underscores the devastating ripple effect of such crimes, ensnaring not only the perpetrator and victims, but also their families. The phone, though damaged, provided valuable insights into Lewis Edwards' predatory activities. It served as a stark reminder that even in death, secrets can be unearthed, and justice, though sometimes delayed, will ultimately be served. The weight of the badge tarnished. Lewis Edwards' crimes sent shockwaves through the South Wales police force and eroded public trust in those sworn to protect. The betrayal was profound, a stark reminder that predators can lurk even within the ranks of law enforcement. The judge, during sentencing, condemned Edwards's actions, describing them as horrific and calculated. He emphasized the immeasurable harm inflicted upon the victims, whose lives were irrevocably altered by Edwards's abuse. The South Wales police, in the aftermath of the scandal, faced intense scrutiny and criticism. The case served as a harsh reminder that no institution is immune to the threat posed by individuals who abuse their power and betray the public trust. Echoes of trauma. The impact of Lewis Edwards' crimes extends far beyond the victims themselves. Their families, friends and communities are left grappling with the devastating consequences of his actions. The case has shaken the community's sense of security, leaving many feeling vulnerable and exposed. The victims, forever scarred by Edwards's abuse, face a long and arduous journey of healing. The emotional and psychological toll of sexual abuse can be profound, often requiring extensive therapy and support to overcome. This case serves as a stark reminder of the importance of providing comprehensive support to victims of child sexual abuse. It highlights the need for greater awareness, education and resources to prevent such crimes and help victims rebuild their lives. Safeguarding innocence in a digital age. The case of Lewis Edwards underscores the critical importance of online safety, particularly for young people. Edwards, who was apprehended for exploiting minors through various online platforms, serves as a stark reminder of the dangers lurking in the digital world. Parents, educators, and caregivers must be vigilant in protecting children from online predators who exploit the anonymity and accessibility of the digital world. This vigilance includes not only monitoring but also educating children about the potential risks they face. The NSPCC, the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children, offers valuable resources and advice for parents to keep their children safe online. Their comprehensive guides and helplines are designed to support families in navigating the complexities of digital safety. These include open communication, encouraging children to talk about their online activities and report any suspicious behavior. Fostering an environment where children feel safe to share their experiences is crucial. Privacy settings, ensuring children's social media accounts have appropriate privacy settings enabled. This step helps to limit who can view and interact with their profiles, reducing the risk of unwanted contact. Monitoring usage, being aware of the websites and apps children are using and setting reasonable time limits. This not only helps in managing screen time, but also in keeping track of their online interactions and educating about online dangers, teaching children about online stranger danger and the risks of sharing personal information. Schools and community programs play a vital role in reinforcing these lessons. By empowering children with knowledge and fostering open communication, we can create a safer online environment and protect them from predators like Lewis Edwards. It is a collective effort that requires the involvement of families, schools and communities to be truly effective. A call to vigilance. The conviction of Lewis Edwards serves as a chilling reminder that predators often lurk in plain sight, using seemingly innocuous online profiles to gain access to potential victims. These individuals exploit the anonymity and reach of the internet to mask their true intentions, making it all the more crucial for us to be aware and cautious. It highlights the importance of remaining vigilant in the digital age and taking proactive steps to protect ourselves and our children from online exploitation. This means educating ourselves about the potential dangers, setting up parental controls, and having open conversations with our children about the risks they may face online. This case should serve as a wake-up call for society as a whole. We must recognize that the responsibility of safeguarding our children extends beyond individual households and into the broader community. We must remain vigilant in our efforts to combat child sexual abuse, both online and offline. This involves staying informed about the latest trends in online predation and understanding how to report suspicious activities effectively. This includes supporting law enforcement agencies, advocating for stronger child protection laws, and fostering a culture of zero tolerance towards any form of child abuse. By doing so, we send a clear message that such behavior will not be tolerated and that we are committed to protecting our children. By working together, we can create a safer world for our children and hold perpetrators like Lewis Edwards accountable for their heinous crimes. Collaboration between parents, educators, law enforcement, and policymakers is essential in building a robust defense against these threats. Let us remain vigilant, informed, and proactive in our efforts to protect the most vulnerable members of our society. Through education, awareness, and collective action, we can ensure a safer environment for our children to grow and thrive.